Hello to my Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on in your reading. Moon is moving towards first quarter moon in Libra, right? Libra is the justice card, the polarity sign, and it rules seventh house. Seventh house is all around marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, and also enemies. The polarity to that is Aries. So several things before we get into your reading. Pluto is currently retrograde in Aquarius. Chiron goes retrograde in Aries on July 30th. You don't have to write these dates down because I have information on my TikTok and also YouTube Shorts. It's already out there. Especially on TikTok, it gives you step-by-step everything on TikTok. So if you're not following me there, let's follow each other on TikTok. All my information is on the YouTube Shorts. This is my TikTok channel. Neptune goes retrograde July 4th in Aries. Saturn goes retrograde July 13th in Aries. So that's a lot of towers. A lot of tower that it's ruled by Mars, which is a tower planet. Tower card. And Mercury goes retrograde in Leo on again on July 18th. So it was retrograde on March 15th through April 7th already. So it goes retrograde again on July 18th. So that's a lot of retrogrades. So yeah, planets don't move backwards, nor do they move at a slower pace. So you want to slow down. You really, really want to slow down and pay attention. So I mapped everything out on TikTok. If we follow each other over there, you're already over there. You got all the information already. But also I have it on YouTube Shorts, right, as a thumbnail. But on TikTok, there's a lot more extensive information. So high vibrations only. High vibrations only. Yeah, keep your vibrations high. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Let's get an angel number here in your reading. Let's see what's going on. Angel number. All right. So yeah, a moon in Libra, first quarter moon that's coming up soon. Where the moon is, when you watch this video, it'll be, or at least when it goes up, it'll be in Leo. You're going to remember going where you're appreciated and not where you're tolerated. Okay, that's going to be the theme for that when the moon is in Leo, and then it's going to move into on Sunday. On Sunday, June 29th, it's going to move into Virgo. So the parts of your body it's going to affect. It could affect if you're not nurturing yourself, because your heart, aorta, blood pressure, blood circulation, pancreas, small intestines, digestive tract. So this weekend, somebody may go into hermit mode and just, become enlightened from within. Become enlightened from within. So high vibrations only. Keep your vibrations high. A lot of fire, and because of the retrograde, planets retrograde. Oh, these two cards came out. I am independent and I am adaptable. So the quality of work that you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. So you are as independent as you are ambitious, capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus, and skill, right? And then we have the number 5, I'm adaptable. Flexibility is your forte. So when life throws you a curveball, you can easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in the unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. Okay? All right. So hopefully this is helpful so far for somebody when you're looking for signs. So let's do it. Let's see what's going on here. So yeah. So a first quarter moon in Libra symbolizes a turning point or challenge phase for some of you all, right? And so this is where source is saying, make a decision. Stop being indecisive about something. Make a decision and stand firm on something, but so that you're not doing any more of an injustice to yourself. So in other words, the justice card is, like I said, in terms of marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, also enemies. Some of your enemies, you've had their backs, but when it came to them having yours, they could not wait to turn that sword to your back, right? Turn that sword into your back, right? And so high vibrations only. So I feel like when these planets go retrograde, especially since you have quite a few of them going retrograde in Aries, your prayer life. I think everybody's prayer life is going to increase if you know how to structure it. Some people who say they don't believe in retrogrades and astrology and all of that other stuff, for them, they could just have all this pent up energy and they don't know what to do with it. But you really want to get, like, really increase your prayer and meditation life, right? It's going to really help you significantly. So during the first quarter moon phase, energy builds up, tension rises between what was set in motion at the new moon. We had a new moon in Cancer, and the action needed now. So something you could have been nurturing that you're going to have to make a decision on. So, all right. Here's your decision. How are you going to be communicating with some energies? Is just via telepathy. That's it. That's it. Through prayer and meditation. So you're going to start out with prayer and meditation, but some of you all, it's already over because you see something from a higher frequency now. Yeah. Here's the Queen of Swords here. Yeah. Somebody is now seeing something, like somebody, when it comes to emotions, when somebody gets fired up, it's like a fire raging out of control. Somebody with fire, it rages out of control and they can't see anything. They can't even feel anything. It's just like they just on go, wherever this energy is. And so something is over or something is coming to an end, and you're seeing something from a higher frequency now, that somebody had just still got something in them. It's like this teenager stuff in them. Yeah. And so here we have the Two of Wands here. They're still doing stuff to get in between people. Wherever these energies are, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, could be their sun, moon, rising. But something for you, you're not going back to. Your energy, it doesn't motivate you anymore. Yeah. You're you have a window of opportunity that lies ahead. Window of opportunity that lies ahead. Whoever these two energies are, it's going to be a bye-bye for them. It's going to be a bye-bye for them. Because as much as you had their back, they did something to sword you in the back. And you could have had warm conversations with these energies. But yeah. Here's a star card. Something around you have a guardian angel. You have a guardian angel that's watching over you. It could be earth angel or angel, somebody who transitioned, whatever. But something was definitely threatening your 11th house. That's your friendships, community goals, hopes, your wishes, your awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future. I think it was definitely affecting all of that. Something was affecting your travel, from going from local travel to international travel. So it's going to be a no. I can't see you and somebody going back at all, period. They're going to say you turned your back on them, but you didn't. Somebody is just too much of a risk. These two energies, they're too much of a risk. They'll end up causing you to not be able to go places that you've traveled to locally or internationally. They're just too much of a risk. Because they can't see something at a higher frequency. One succumb to passive and powerless behavior. The other one is egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. And it's hard to focus around energies like that because they're always on go time. And so like a teenager, like somebody just like with a stop button. You tell them something and they just leap. They just leap. Not in faith, but out of fear. Like, okay, I got to take a leap, right? So here's the speaking of third house. So something was told to them around seventh house. Seventh house is around marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, enemies. Something was told to them about second house, personal resources, money habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, income. They decided to do something behind somebody's back around the second house. They took some kind of, and they were inspired to take some kind of action. because they feel like somebody wasn't coming back. They feel like two people weren't coming back. If they just split these two people up, they would not come back from some kind of either a local or a trip, a overseas trip somewhere. They didn't think these energies were going to come back, right? So they just decided to take a leap of fear. Okay, let's just try it. Let's see it. Let's just see how this is going to work out. And then around third house, these are energies that you may have went to school with, like early education. You may have talked about, you may could have gone to school with these. So something around intelligence, sibling interaction, logic, reason, communication skills, short trips, hobbies. This all you could have you talked to these people about those things, those subject matters. So anybody you can think of, you went to school with, early education, all of these are connected. All of these energies are connected. Show no emotion whatsoever, none, because physical possessions was involved, money, homes, or whatever, something was involved, something of physical, like personal value to them, of marriage or some kind of partnership or business contracts or inner desires they had, or something in them made them feel like somebody was an enemy, didn't know whether somebody was an enemy or not. Like, what else is going on? All this, and they just, like I said, something. They feel like somebody was an enemy to them. In other words, I don't like that so and so. That's what you have in common. Yeah, here we have the King of Wands, and then made somebody do something in court and said that they'll have their back. So it's just saying to you, you're learning how to see something from a higher frequency around family and friends who put their emotions to the side, show no emotion whatsoever. Just air to fire, no water, no nothing. Just take off like a rocket. That could be some people's, like I said, demons. That could be some people's their something has just been exhausting for you. It has been absolutely exhausting for you and someone else. It's just been exhausting. Draining and exhausting. That's the only word I can think of. Yep. And it's something is like somebody is tired of carrying somebody on their back. Somebody's back hurts, emotional eating. Somebody's just tired of the anxiety when it comes to something. So yeah, you're done. It's like as soon as someone tries to go to their north node, right? They want to jump ahead of something. So something is growing for somebody. That's what this is. And it's growing for somebody or their kids or their parents or just growing in general. Just, they secretly do stuff behind people's backs and somebody is just tired. Somebody is just tired of seeing it from a higher frequency because there's something else that's going on. Yeah. So something for you was the last straw. Something for you was the last straw. Something about multiple streams of income, which does not mean somebody is rich. There's other ways of getting to multiple streams of income. Yeah. So, so you have enough information. You have enough information as to what kind of crowd somebody runs with. Because something about your energy is a loner. Something about your energy, you're a loner. You could be a lone wolf energy. But something about you is a loner. So that could be your sun or moon sign. And so that's what you connect with, people who are really loners, who don't do stuff behind people's backs just to stay connected to their money and blindsiding people. So source is saying to you, two energies may be talking to you or could have talked to you, whoever you are. They may want to talk to you. And it could seem like it's a surprise or like you're being blindsided, but your ancestors have been talking to you the whole time. Somebody's ancestors have been talking to somebody since they was a teenager. Like, okay, you're running with the wrong crowd, right? They talk about people behind their backs. Their nightmare crew. Because somebody has been talking to somebody for a long time. It's like you don't want to be around certain energies. So now the light is shining on something. Whoever this energy is, the light is shining on something now. It's really like what pack they're running with. Whoever this energy is what pack they're running with. So somebody was determined to bring the darkness out of something. Here's the Queen of Wands here. Somebody was determined to shine a light on something for you to see. Whether it's your sun sign or moon sign, it doesn't matter. But somebody felt like you was making, somebody felt like you were making, like your whole world revolved around something. And this is like a weird twist to something. It's like somebody felt like you were making your whole world, you were making somebody your whole world, and they wanted to expose them. They wanted to find a way to expose them. So that you would never talk to somebody again. But the way that they went about doing it, here's the Wheel of Fortune. You're on top of something. You're on top of something. You're on top of the wheel. Yeah, because somebody could have talked to you directly. Yeah, these two energies could have talked to you directly. Whoever these two energies were, they could have talked to you directly. And they didn't. One of them was trying so busy to not leave fingerprints or footprints. But yeah, you're closing out. You're closing out a cycle. Yeah. So the tower. Yeah, the tower is happening here. Yeah. Something about this, somebody could have been confused at first, but this is family. People that these are family members. So we're crystal clear. Friends and family. Um, somebody in this, hold on. So, okay, let me see how I can word this for somebody. Somebody who has a higher education, philosophy, they know about philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. They told you something after the fact instead of telling you ahead of time. This is somebody you consider as family, like family, friends, whatever, right? So after something was closed out and stuff started coming out, that's when somebody told you. I guess they figure whoever this energy is figured they would save themselves. So they're going to be the ones that's going to think that you turned your back on them, but that's not the case at all. Somebody should have told you something ahead of time. Somebody should have said something to you ahead of time. They should have shown you some compassion, just like you showed them compassion. They didn't. Whoever this energy is, they should have shown you some compassion, just like you showed them some compassion. They didn't. So if you're with a person, like if you're married or have a partner or whatever, they should have showed you and somebody else some compassion, poured into you all before these two energies decided to do what they did. So somebody has to know where you live. Like somebody knows where you live. Like somebody's been in this energy has been in your house, to your house, or in your house. And the reason why somebody's looking out of a window is because somebody's looking to see when you're going to come back. Again, take only what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. It doesn't resonate. If somebody has big windows in their house, either where you live now or where you used to live, somebody see how this window doesn't even fit on a car. Somebody's like really, really big windows in their house. but somebody's looking out the window and you see the person doesn't have their fingers on the window. They didn't want to leave any finger or footprints, um, any proof of what they've done. But it didn't matter because people already knew. So anyway, his strength card. Um, yeah, so somebody's gonna try to back somebody else. Somebody's gonna try to back somebody up, but somebody already has some kind of backup. Anyway, here we have you wear your heart outside of your, well, heart on your sleeve, or heart, but meek does not mean weak. Yeah, meek does not mean weak. This is a karmic couple. This is a karmic couple who thought you were a fool. Hmm. They thought that you were a fool. You're just compassionate. Somebody's a compassionate leader, but a fool? No, you're not a fool. Yeah, somebody was just determined to bring some kind of a darkness out of you, though. Like somebody was like, something that they talked to you about, music, something inspired you around music. Well, you know what? Looking at your cards here, a lot is coming out about a lot of stuff. So everything will not go in my readings for on purpose, for a reason. Um, Somebody has mastered something, though. There's a lone wolf in this that has mastered something. They know how to, just like you may master something, like you may master, like when people have anxious energy or something like that, because you get a feeling about something. Somebody has made a lot of money. They read a lot of books. I'm seeing just like this library with all of these books here. Somebody is a sort of a master in the physical realm of like multiple, not only just multiple streams of income, but like in terms of film. Like here we have individuality, right? So every person has their own personalized study plan in the Earth School. Somebody has mastered something around film, and they're a loner, right? Um, hmm So yeah, somebody was just determined to bring out some kind of a darkness and some energy, but like to prove that somebody was not as, to prove that you are not as faith filled as people think. Whoever you are, people are trying to prove that you are not as faith filled as people think. Like, you know, so somebody felt like they had something to prove about you, whoever you are, that you're not as compassionate as people think that you are, right? But again, that you and somebody are not as compassionate as people think that you all are. But with that, any kind of obsession that people have, they have to be careful about being obsessed with trying to prove. This is what's interesting about this tower here, because you're on top of something, right? But what's interesting is that the very energies that were obsessed with trying to, you know, tell lies on you, Cancer, wherever Cancer is in your birth chart, some lies are going to come out about them at the same time. So that tower is, I'm telling y'all, all this energy building up, they're not going to see the information that's going to come out about them. They're so busy trying to not, they get somebody's dealing with somebody who is a perfectionist, somebody who feels like they, you know, they covered all their tracks. They didn't leave nothing. But except you're dealing with somebody who has mastered something. That's what you're dealing with. right? So people in glass houses shouldn't be out here throwing stones, because this energy right here who thinks that they on top of everything. So it's like, nah, stuff is coming out about everybody. Everybody's secrets being exposed. Somebody has a demon of lust. Yep. So booked and busy, not bitter and burdened. Yep. Your inner child is proud of you. The curse is now broken. Yep. You have the gift of precognition. Do the mirror work. Sacral chakra cleanse. They apologize for hurting you. At what age did your parents work on their shadow self? And what age did you work on your shadow self? You bet you'll be leaving them behind. Back straight and walking away. Your ex was on some kind of an assignment. Ex could be ex-friend, ex-love interest, ex-whomever. Was on some kind of assignment. Their demons took over. All they needed to do was align themselves with somebody else who has a lustful spirit, and they didn't see anything. Emotions aside, it's like, let's get drunk, let's enjoy each other in the bedroom or wherever. Afterwards, that's their sacral chakra. They just, that's their obsession. Let's argue, cuss each other out, and let's have sex afterwards. Let's do all the things. Let's put all of our energy into acting like teenagers. And Source is saying that's not how you vibrate. That is not how you vibrate. And that's what you're detaching from. That's what you're saying, oh no. That's what you're detaching from. So don't forget that rest is a form of self-care. You can't be obsessed with trying to bring towers down on people. Talking about vibrating high, praying for people, extending grace, giving people an opportunity to, you know, go to God. If that's the case, go to God or whoever, they pray to. But some energies were just determined to bring down a tower. I mean, it's like they couldn't stop themselves. Every time Source says stop, 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 energies were like, let's just drink it away, and let's just go sex it away, or let's go do something else away. So it's like, okay. So it's some kind of curse you're breaking, though. Guidance. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Yeah, so the reason why there's so much fire, you may see a lot of fire in a lot of people's readings, is because we have quite a few planets. Like I said before, Chiron goes retrograde in Aries. Aries is a fire sign. We're not talking about a person who's in Aries. Neptune goes retrograde in Aries on July 4th. And by the way, Chiron goes retrograde on July 30th in Aries. Um, Saturn goes retrograde in Aries on July 13th. There's 3 planets right there, right? And so right now, Pluto is also already retrograde, but it's retrograde in Aquarius. So there's some energies that a lot of people are going to stop talking to altogether. Family members and friends that they're going to stop talking to altogether, because something has just been so confusing. Like, what in the world? Because people are so obsessed with playing other people's gods. That's what their obsession is. If they feel like an abuse of power, a complete and total abuse of power. So you'll be leaving some energies behind. They'll be able to reach out to you via telepathy, but you're gonna leave them behind for real, because as much as you have adapted, it's at this point somebody's like, okay, it's just time to move on. You feel like one of them Stretch Armstrong toys. I mean, for real, like you've been adapting. You didn't turn into a spaghetti noodle. You've been adapting so much, but at some point it starts to make you look like Boo Boo the foal, and you like, okay, you tired of looking like a foal, so no, you ain't adapting no more. I said, let's just wrap this thing up. Let's just go on. Listen, let's just close this out. It's just too much. Intuition. Yeah, your intuition has been trying to tell you something, right? In every way possible, somebody's intuition has been trying to tell somebody something. Somebody just out here just wilding out, having a ball, not even considering whatever. But Source is saying to you, you're going to continue vibrating high only. That's it. That's who you're aligning yourself with. People who vibrate high only. People who keep people enlightened about what the heck is going on. So yeah, something you're not going back to. You and somebody are not going back to something, because something is just feels like too teenagerish to you. Every time you turn around, some drama going on, people are arguing, fighting, competing with each other. Something you're just not going back to at all. It's too much. It's just something is just exhausting. That's how your wishes are getting ready to be fulfilled. Yeah. It's just too much shade. Always cooking up something. Somebody always cooking up. Child, just all this cooking up. Somebody could have opened up a restaurant with all this cooking up something every time you turn. I just got to be shady this and shady that. Just something for you. You're just done. You are done. Somebody was determined to show you something with somebody, and yeah, they got the point across. They got the point across all right. So also keep in mind too, sometimes people don't mean to expose something because they don't know themselves for sure, right? Especially when you're dealing with, like, you all are you know, highly intuitive zodiac. You feel things deeply. Person who has a feeling about something may not know that they're exposing something. So that's where the confusion sometimes can come in. It's like, okay, wait a minute. That's why I feel like somebody's now going to be protecting their water as much as possible, because it can be that clear for you if you're operating in your North Node. Miracles in the dark. In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. When you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. Beyond your wildest dreams. Yeah, somebody was so busy trying to prepare a boiling hot fire for somebody else to fall into. They didn't even see something. I've said that back in 2024. 2024 was the year of purging all of that, being obsessed with trying to, throw people into a ball of flames. Here we have that authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. Yeah, they like having warm fireside chats to become familiar with people, but they're not going to see something coming up behind them. Whoever this energy is, there's a whole lot going on. It's a lot going on, but you'll be leaving them behind. Somebody has a lot of energy. This is a family member. They have a lot of energy. Now, who is breaking into somebody's house, child? What in the world is going on? Who has that kind of energy? You doing all this? They had their wishes fulfilled. But anyway, your wish is about to be fulfilled. A lot of stuff happening for you. So they'll be watching this channel. They'll be watching my channel, watching everybody else's channel, because they're just obsessed. They can't help it. That is why some readers put everything on social media. I do not. I don't. Because I really want you all to go back to source and get the clearest of answers. The clearest of answers. So that's where you're going to somebody's a prayer where you want the clearest of answers directly from source. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. And I intentionally don't put everything out there because it could be putting people, some people, depending on what it is, it could put people in even more of a state of confusion. The clearest answer you're going to get is from source. That's the clearest answer that you're going to get. So I try to, on my channel, lead people back to the answers within themselves, because source has been trying to tell you about somebody for a long time. Yeah. Yep. Source has been trying to tell somebody about somebody for a long time. And somebody is now starting to see something. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, looking at this, it's like a whole lot of people about to be exposed. For real, this is going to be a whole lot of tower here. This person thinking they throwing the tower, they causing this person to have a tower moment, and bam, a tower moment is going to fall on them. It's like a domino effect. That's what's happening here. So anybody who thinks that they're so perfect and thinking that they can throw stones at somebody else's house, their house is going to get cracked too. So that's why you gotta be careful. Keep your vibrations high. That's what I have for you. All these things I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.